Love them knives here. Piratech. What's going on with this? What is going on with this knife? You know, I was in Atlanta 2024 Blade Show. And of course, I spent a fair amount of time down in the pit, you know, at the Renaissance Hotel kind of area where everybody goes to mix and where I go to drink beer and hang out with people that I haven't seen for a while. And you know what? These people walked up to the table I was sitting at. I don't know how they knew who the hell I was. Well, I probably was wearing my Love Them Knives t-shirt or something. And they go, "We're from Piratech, and we would like it if you could come by our booth and do a video on our knives." And so they gave me their business cards and stuff. And I go, yeah, I mean, I'm here to do that. That's what I go to the show for, is to go to different booths and talk to them. Like, you know, Kaiser, QSP, anybody, right? So if I can get them in, you know, to my time periods, I can only go so many videos a day, and there's only so many days on the show. So, but I did. On the last damn day, I went over there, and they showed me their knives. And this is interesting. Okay, so you look at this, and you go, well, they just got way too many screws. Oh, they ain't got no screws. Oh, they ain't got no screws. What the hell? How does this thing go? So this is fun. If you know anything about them, and now White Mountain Knives is carrying them and all that. Okay, so the secret's out. The secret is out, my friend. But these are mag scales, right? So these are held on with magnets. But do not fear. I thought, well, people, I mean, this is cool. I mean, this is interesting and it's innovative, but people are going to go, oh, but they could just fall off, right? Fall off. No. You know, and the thing is, I can't even pull these off. And when I first got this, I'm like, oh yeah, these are the ones with the magnets on them. And I couldn't get it off. And so here I am stuck with this. Now, at their booth, the gentleman who was behind the counter was doing this pretty easily. And I think I did it too. And you know, the thing is that this one is a little bit different than the one they had at the show. And I'll tell you why, because, and I'm just going to take my little plastic, you can get a bag of these on Amazon for like $2 or something. I've got a whole bag of them in here. Okay. But these are magnets, and they are strong magnets. And you know what? I think I stuck something under here to kick it open, and now I've put a snail trail under there. That's probably going to happen to most of these knives at some point in time, but it don't matter because it's the underneath. Now, you can change the pocket clip, okay? So you can put a pocket clip where this is, and this fits right back in here, okay? But these are magnets, 1, 2, 3, and then they pocket these out a little bit here and there, and then these are to cover for these screws that are underneath, because these have omega springs on them. And oh, you know what's interesting about this? These are S90V blade on here. And, oh, I was going to show you this. Now, hold on. So there's the box. Let me see. It didn't say anything. Okay, nothing. Okay. Then slides open. Here's this. It came in this pouch, which I think is, yeah, synthetic. It's not real leather, but it's nice and soft. Okay. But one of the things I thought was really nice that they do on their Kraken model. Okay, this is Piratech Kraken. You know, see the Kraken there? Okay. CPM S90V. What's the hardness? 61.3. It's like, well, that's getting pretty precise, isn't it? Well, you know why? Because your knife may not be that. Because they Rockwell every damn blade. Okay? So the S90V blade, titanium scales, the blade length is 3.22 inches, and this one is a 61.3 according to Dawn, or whoever actually did the Rockwell testing. Okay, then you get extra hardware and Omega springs. Okay, then you get a microfiber cloth, which got their logo stuff on it. Okay, and that's it. That's all, folks. I think there's a whole bunch of no, there's nothing else. Okay, so there's that. There's that. There's this. And you know what? Let me make a observation about this. 61.3 on S90V. Okay, if you've done any studying up on S90V, go on to Crucible site, because they're the ones that make it, right? Crucible Industries in New York makes S90V. So CPM, Crucible Powder Metallurgy, and S90V, according to them, the specific heat treat should be 58. I mean, the Rockwell should be like 58 to 60. Okay, and obviously you can go higher, and they have here 61.3. I think that's great. Okay, I don't think it has to be 63. And you know what? This is different when you're talking about 61 as opposed to 63. I think 63 might start getting into a situation where you're losing a lot of toughness, and it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be hard, but it could chip, okay? And so I'm okay with sticking it down. Actually, this would be okay at 60 for me, right? And a lot of the 58, a lot of the S90V that I've tested over the last year and a half has been in the 58.5 to, 59.5, or even under 60. So this being 61.3, I think is excellent. And it would probably be more to the liking of the enthusiast market, but I don't know that it's where it has to be. I think as long as it's 55 plus, I think, not 55, 58.5 plus, I think you're good. Okay, whatever I said before, cancel that. 58.5 and plus. Now, you can go to 63 if you want. I don't want, so I'm good at 61. Okay, 61.3, I'm good. Okay, so there's my rant over S90V. And S110V is another one. I mean, you can get it hard. Well, it's going to maybe be chippy, and you're going to lose a lot of toughness, and you may want some toughness left in there. So that's just me, okay? Now, this is overall, and I'll do a disassembly on this. I'll show you kind of how this washes out, by the way. So this is 3 point whatever 1 down here, but it's more like 3 inches there. And what's our cutting length? 3-inch cutting length. And then 7 and about 7.5 almost overall at, let me see, at 19 centimeters. And you know what? My tape's just sticking to that because we got magnets underneath there. That's interesting. Let's use plastic jaws then. 12.3 at 0.48, so it's plenty slender for in the pocket, that kind of thing. 0.1, so 2.7 millimeter blade stock, which seems like most of them are rolling around about 2.6 to 3 millimeters, somewhere in there. All right, now, will the damn thing cut anything? Let's try it out. Okay, yes it will. Yeah, it's sharp out of the box. So Piratech, you may not know anything about these people. I'll put the link to the video I did at Atlanta Blade. Or was it SHOT? Shit, I can't remember. But whatever it was, I'll put it down below. Interesting, interesting. Oh, by the way, they make a fixed blade knife with Alcantara leather on it. And these come off too. I mean, these handles come off too, which I thought I'd show you and show off, but no, okay, like this. So they don't come off easy, so don't be fooled thinking that's going to be easy. And the front and the back come off. And look at how they stitch through to get that leather on. Isn't that weird? And they go, you can use this in the kitchen. Steak knife. It's supposed to be like a personal steak knife. It's like, and they Rockwell this too. Look at, there's the divot right there. Okay? And I will do another video on this alone, and I'll tell you what the Rockwell is. This is all S35. So this is a, complete full tang of S35 VN steel. And I think it's a 61 point something as well on the Rockwell on this. But isn't that odd? Why Alcantara leather? It's the only thing I'll ever own that'll have Alcantara. Really, obviously, that 2022 Porsche 911. No, I'm never gonna. Nah, it's got Alcantara leather though. This is the only one I'm gonna own with Alcantara. Get out of here. Okay, so fixed blade or folder, Piratech. Check them out, and let's get into this a little bit more. Like, how's the ergos? The ergos feel really fine. Actually, this kind of resembles a little bit of like a Chris Reeve. I guess it's just because of the kind of grain on here from the bead blast or whatever finish they put on there. So it just seems a lot like the handle of my Nkosi or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, there's a screw holding this pocket clip in. So you can't just pull this off. You can try and start pulling this off from the back, but it's not going to come all the way off because it's starting to move. But you got this screw coming in, so you got to pull this front off, then unscrew that from the back, and then you can pull that clip off. And they also have scales that they will sell you to put on here, because you can pop these off, pop another set on, and you're good to go, right? I mean, basically you got one screw, that, and then you can just pop both scales off and boom, boom, and go again, right? And I'll show those to you in a second. Now, let's see what we got for weight on this. Look at this. It's lifting up my... okay, so 118, 119 grams. That's interesting that you got that. I wonder if it'll just slam this up against a metal wall, it'll hold. 4.18 ounces. That's not very heavy. Yeah, and sliding off of there, but will it hold? Yeah, it'll hold. Look at that. Just the magnets, they are strong. They are strong magnets. Hold on, yep, there you go. You get all four of those involved, and it'll actually hold the knife in place. That's kind of interesting. I never thought about that. You have something like keys in your pocket or something. I wouldn't ever put keys in the pocket with a titanium knife. You're going to have Snail Trail City pronto. But, and then this knife, that's kind of a modified sheep's foot. Is that what they call it? That's kind of what I call it. It's 300, but you can get this on White Mountain, so LTK, so 10% off, that'd be $270, right? To the door, without, there's no tax or shipping. So join our Facebook group, all that. Black bead blast finish on the titanium handle scales, filler and mill clip for delicate touch. Heat treat, liner and all, heat treated, okay. And then there's your specs. And what I thought was interesting, and this is important, there are 3 game changer innovations. This is what they say. Okay, Mag-Snap system, okay, patented by Piratech of their scales, reversible hidden screw pocket clip and filler, okay. It is hidden, it's pushed in from the back and it goes in, and so all that is flippable. And I don't remember another one that pushes up from the back and folds in like that. piano strings core for the crossbar lock and redesigned shape. Okay, so there's that. And this is what, right here, yes, you can buy one right now, $300, but it'll be $270 after your discount code. And then they have in DLC and something else. So there's another one for $325, but that's black DLC. And then they've got scales, okay? These are not in stock apparently right now. They may be coming in soon, but these are those crystallized titanium, copper color, wild. So, and then you get that plug, right, on that side to fill your thing for your pocket clip, right, because it needs to match, all right? And then this is Summer Wave, but they have lightning strike or lightning, storm anno and that kind of thing. They got some other things too, some other crystallized scales. So take a look at that as well. And then they have a full polished DLC model, but that's way more expensive. But here it is. I mean, they're new in the market. Fit and finish seem really good. I mean, this seems like my Chris Reeve knife as far as fit and finish, are concerned. It feels really great in the hand, and reverse grip feels good. It's light enough, and there's my center of balance there. And ambidextrous thumb studs, you can kick it open real easy there, and then I'll keep that back, and then go there, and that, okay? So however you want to do it, and it's fidgety like that as well, no problem there. And design flow, okay, well, it does kick away there. I guess it's probably due to where it has to come to meet that stop here, and then around the other side. And then blade to handle length is all it needs to be, right? Whew, that's right there. It's right there. Is it coming up to meet you here? No. Can I touch that? No. Standoffs here, open design. Pocket clip looks acceptable and nice and works fine. So let's take a gander again inside the Citadel here, where, I'm going to use my little pop-up because I don't want to, I get a little scared about trying to pull the scale off if this blade's parked in here. I don't want to accidentally hit the blade or do something, but I don't know that would be a problem. But it's just this particular unit has a little bit of a press fit. And so what I do is I see where this is, because it gives you room to go through and get that screw for the pocket clip on the reverse side. So there's this little cutaway. So I just slip my fid there and then stand it up, and that pries the thing right off, right? Pops it off, and there it is, okay? So that's not really a big deal. Now, let me see what I need for the other side. And is this a number 8? Yeah, it is. Okay. So I've never done this. I've never taken the backside off yet. So be patient here. And you know what? At the show, and you can look at that video, they actually have a magnetic pocket clip, okay? They had that as an option, and that's not on this knife. So they actually had it to where they could just snap it on and you didn't need to screw it on. And I go, how is that going to stay put? But it did. So that seemed strange to me. Okay, now let's pull this up and let's get this off. Okay, so there's our pocket clip and screw. Now, obviously, these should come off the other side, right? So let's see if I can get them to pop off, because maybe, you know what? Maybe this will just be easier to take it off from this end, and let me try that. And what am I doing here? I got to try and get this edge without getting anything else. Okay, hold on. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay, now, here's this. So I'm using my little FID to save everything else and not put deep marks in my fingers. And that's how it's going to hold on, too. I mean, I would not ever worry about these scales coming off. But, you know, so there's that. I don't think you have to be too concerned. And there's where that is. And so, yes, that fits where this is going to go, right? But on the other side, you've got that plug that just fits seamlessly in. And I can't hold anything right now. Okay, here. But this is where this went in and came out, obviously. And there's a screw for that. There's that. And here's this. Now, there's the back side. There's the front side. There's your little plug that fits in here as well, okay? And then you've got this. Now, how does this work? Well, there's your lock bar. So this is like any crossbar lock, axis lock type thing. And there we've gone all the way down. Oh, that's cool. So I can do that. I didn't know that would allow you to do that, but it does, doesn't it? Wow. Oh, you're putting some stuff on. You know, they have redesigned this then to where you can pull this down and then put it right back up like that. Oh, with these Omega springs. Okay, so that's them. Now, and you got another set of these as well in case you need to replace them. And let me kick these off of here, and I just did, didn't I? And where'd you go? Right here on the table. Okay, so you're to the back side where the pocket clip is. You're to the presentation side right here. Then we've got the crossbar lock, and here it is. Okay, and there's that. And then we've got this. Now, does it matter? Or do we have a 3-piece? We do have a 3-piece, don't we? So in this regard, okay, so, but I've already got this crossbar, so I don't really need to take the other side off necessarily to reveal the pivot. I just need to take these internal screws out. Okay. And there's that one too. Come on. There you go. Okay. So there's these internal screws right here. And there's the pivot. All right. Then this ought to come off. Theoretically. And in reality, and it is coming off. Okay. So there is that, which is presentation side. Okay. And of course, it's skeletonized, etc., and polished and all that. And then here are captured pivot time in here and ceramic bearings. Okay, so we have ceramic bearings, we have captured pivot, and then, of course, I didn't unscrew this because this is a 3-piece pivot. So you can, you know, completely separate this, and like this, the screw will come out, and then this pivot is history. And you know what? That pivot probably is captured. Well, it is right there. See? On this side, I don't know that I see that, but it is here. And so it is on this right here. Oh, it is on this inside, but it doesn't look like that on the out. So it probably is captured on both sides. We're just not seeing it because we haven't pulled this completely out. Which if we did, and I don't know if I can. Oh, come here. There's our pivot screw on the other side. Let's pop this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there's our ceramic bearings. And yeah, it's captured. It's squared off there. And it is squared off there. It's squared off on both sides. So this pivot sits right between these. And it's captured. both ways. And then you've got a pivot screw, internal pivot screw, of course, doesn't show on the outside, but that holds this together. And then there's your stop and all your goodies, right? And then there's your standoffs, skeletonized, and all that. So that is your total disassembly. Okay, so now we're going to go like this. This is going to go here, and it's going to go like this, because it's going to be locked in. And so we need a little internal pivot screw to do that. And this will be it right here. Okay. Okay, you're not gonna go anywhere. And then we are going to put this blade back together in this pivot. So it'll go like this, and it'll go like this, and that's where it's going to be, like that. Now, okay, let's do this. We don't need to do that right now. We can do this, okay? Okay, and we will put these internal screws in, and they will be right here, and they will be like this. Okay. Okay, and this. Wow, hold on. Yeah, okay. Because that is with that. Okay. And then this is here. Okay. Okay. And then we need to put this across here and up in here. Now, we are going to attach this with this. And we are going to push this into this lock area. Okay. And this one is going to go into this side. Okay. And it will be like this. And it will roll around to this. Okay, now this will go on here like this. Let's wipe that off. Okay, so then we've got that reassembled. We put this back on, snap, and then we can put this on here, just like here. If we can mumble finger it on, there we go, just like that. Now we got to put this, not the number 6, I think it's a number 10 or a number 8, and it is a number 8. Come here. So we're going to go right in here. Oh, we getting it now. Okay. Okay, now, what are we missing? Anything? No. Then we just got to put this over here. And it's got to come in from behind like this. And then this just snaps on to here. Ooh, you know what? I need to make sure I didn't get too brutal on these. Yeah, I don't want to get this too crazy. Okay, that's better. Okay, but is it going to wiggle? No. Is it off center? No. Okay, good, good. Whew. Adjust that before doing this. Now, snap that. And where's my fit? Oh, right up here. Okay, okay. Now we got you done. And we're done, except we got a big fingerprint mess all over the blade. Other than that, and I got cut paper all over. What? What? Okay. Yeah, of course I'm a genius. Okay, so, yeah, you don't have to be, I think that's the whole point. You don't have to be a genius to do this. You got to have a number 8, and you can take this off, and then you can take both scales off, but then if you want to disassemble it to get to the, you know, to the pivot, to where you can get to the bearings and stuff, yeah, then you got to take the internal screws out for the pivot and the 2 ones here that run the standoffs, etc., etc. And then you've got extras of these that you can do. Or if you bend, you know, your Omega springs, then guess what? You can bend them back. So which is another little trick you learn along the way. But if you bend them, you can bend them back. They're bendable, okay? You're not really bending them that far when you're operating the knife, so okay. But here you go. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, baby. It's almost better than before. That's good. Piratech. Okay, well, it is a snifty thing. You know, and then now let me be a bit critical, like, you know, these scales, you know, 180. Now, I've seen worse. I mean, I've spent 150 for a set of scales before, so, and I've seen people spend 175 and 180 just for scales for an AD10 or something like that. So, okay, I mean, I guess, and if you can get 10% off, then you're at about 155 or whatever. You know, I don't know. It'd be nice if they were more like maybe 120 for a set of scales, and then you could afford to have a couple different sets. Since this mag scale thing is a thing, you can swap scales fairly easily. That's it. That's all. Because this, after discount on White Mountain, is $270. I don't think that's crazy, especially when you got your own private Rockwell. I don't think it's bad compared to what they're doing out there with a lot of others. Take care, my friends. This Skull guy, what's going on with him? Apparently he loves them knives. So you guys, stay sharp.